I want to turn your attention to a candidate who's not getting much play right now, and it really ticks me off because I think she is one of the better candidates. Of course, I'm talking about Congresswoman from Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard left the campaign trail to participate in Army National Guard training. She had to go do maneuvers, right? She went on the detail. And she left the campaign trail. In fact, she's the only candidate in U.S. history to do so. Only one. You would think that would be a big deal, that a candidate left the campaign trail to go serve the country. If that would be something that would be talked about everywhere. And like I tell you all the time, sometimes we need to look at what's being said, but also look at what's not being said. The fact that if you're hearing this for the first time from me right now, that just goes to show you how dirty our corporate media is. You think if Pete Buttigieg left the campaign trail to go serve our country, you think it wouldn't be talked about? You know it would be. Do you think that if Cory Booker left the campaign trail to go do something, humanitarian effort, for instance, in a war-torn country like Yemen, do you think it would be talked about? I'm sure you know it would be. Why is it not talked about when it's Tulsi Gabbard? And that brings me to my point. There is a concerted effort to thwart her candidacy. There's a concerted effort to keep her numbers low. Nowhere is it more evident in what you're not hearing. Once again, if the first time you heard that Tulsi Gabbard left the campaign trail to go serve our country, is the first candidate to do so. If the first time you heard it is right now, that goes to show you that is a rigged primary. It's rigged not just in the primary process, it's rigged with corporate media, because that should have been front page. She would be a darling if she were a kiss ass. She is not a kiss ass of the DNC. Therefore, their control over our corporate media has smothered the publicity that she would receive otherwise. Now, we want Tulsi Gabbard to be in the climate debates in CNN Town Hall, the climate town hall on CNN coming up on September 4th. I think she should be there. I really think it would help her candidacy. We know she needs help in the polling department. According to the polls, which I don't even know what polls they're using, there's got to be polls that are sanctioned by the DNC. Okay. So before the show, I'm looking for a way that I could talk about Tulsi Gabbard, which would not just come off with me going, hey, everybody, Tulsi Gabbard's great. Tulsi Gabbard's great. And then I ran across something on her YouTube channel, on the Tulsi Gabbard 2020 YouTube channel. I ran across a video of her at the Gun Sense rally in Dayton, Ohio. And she had a moment that I feel was even more amazing. I'd like to share it with you.
I stand here as an Ohioan from the state of Ohio, with now a city that carries the hashtag Dayton Strong. I also stand here as a grandmother, a kinship provider, a member of grand families, but even more importantly, I stand here as a broken mother who struggles. Daily with wondering if I spend more time grieving about one child than the other. My 23-year-old son, Donnell, and my 29-year-old daughter, Janaea, were both shot and killed by my daughter's estranged husband, April 1st, 2015. Domestic violence is a huge issue in our country, and the combination of domestic violence and guns is often deadly. Federal laws do not allow felons, domestic abusers, or fugitives to have guns, but the law does not cover people with other types of violent criminal histories. Some states, including your home state of Hawaii, do not allow people convicted of other violent offenses to have guns. Should the law be expanded to cover violent misdemeanor offenses, in addition to those convicted of felonies or domestic abuse from having guns?
Yes. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. We're all here with you and standing with you. And we grieve with you. Your strength and your power in coming here today is incredible, because you are speaking not only for your children, but you're speaking for so many others. There's absolutely no reason, no excuse that our laws currently today do not stop someone with a history of violence from owning a gun and being able to perpetrate that violence once again and taking the lives of another person. This is exactly the kind of common sense change that should have been made long ago. There should be no obstacle standing in the way of us as a country, as leaders in this country, from making sure that our laws protect people from those who prove to be even more dangerous when they have a lethal weapon in their hands. I admire you so much for being here today and for speaking out as you are. It is your voice and your story that has the power to change a nation. By you opening your heart, and I can't even imagine the pain that you go through in doing so, you can change so many people's hearts in the process. This is the change that we need in this country, so that no more lives are lost. Thank you.
Wow, man. We got some people that are really jaded out there. They believe everything is a fake. You know, I get it. You're in the comment section and you don't know anything, so you just say stuff. I understand. You know, when you're on a campaign trail, not even a campaign trail, if you cover an event, I've been at events. I've covered events, okay? If I have a little crew, like my son and maybe my wife, they'll film whatever happens at the event. That doesn't mean it was staged. Just because there's a camera there, it doesn't mean it was staged. I would bring a camera to film the event, and I would talk to people. If a moment happened in a conversation, it doesn't mean it was a put on. It just means we filmed it, and then we shared it. That may be debatable if they should have put music underneath it. That's debatable. But it was a genuine moment. You know, you don't have to like a person, but you don't have to discredit them and say that they're fake or that this is smoke and mirrors. You don't have to do that. I bet if it was your personal candidate who had a video of a moment at an event that people came to where they wanted to get politicians' reactions to what happened in Dayton, Ohio, you wouldn't be saying it was fake. But it's just because it's not your candidate, and I get that, I understand. But you're what's wrong with our politics. You don't understand that just because you don't like someone, stick to the facts. Hey, man, I don't have a personal beef with Kamala as a human being. It's her policy. It's her actions. We're not going to win as a people, as a country, as a nation, as a movement, if all we got are a bunch of people to sit around on a personal note. Okay? So, it's disappointing. I'm embarrassed for you if that's all you got, because that's not going to win it. We're going to need more than that.
And I thought that Tulsi Gabbard wanted to come for her because she is more of a fringe candidate, because her numbers are very low.
The Republicans like Tulsi.
The Republicans like her. And, you know, I think she's a real Trojan horse here.